Hello friend. Friend, there is a conception among many people why conduct interview. One cannot judge any person in a few minutes and so there should not be any provision for interview. But friend, we can judge a person and we do judge a person only after a few minutes talk with him or her, and on the basis of which we decide whether it will be nice talking to that person next time. Plus, all institutions, the business of which is based on how better they render services to their clients or customers, are in need of hiring such employees that can bring to the institutions better customer feedback, thereby better earnings. Friend, interview is an assessment of how communicative you are. It is an assessment of how you deal with any situation under pressure. It is an assessment of how you can convince others with your opinion. It is an assessment whether you have leadership quality or not. It is an assessment of how impressive you keep body gestures and postures before others. Friend, it is an assessment of how tactfully you present even your lies before others. In fact, the entire process of interview assesses your personality as a whole within a limited time frame. Your presence of mind and alacrity to give answers are given the top priority. Friend, usually the questions for interview may pertain to your educational background, or it may pertain to your family background if there is anything interesting. The questions may pertain to how much textual and contextual knowledge you have. The questions may be relating to the current job profile of yours. You are expected to give answers to the questions asked from these areas. Friend, from your personal profile, the foremost question asked is introduce yourself or describe yourself in brief. Friend, this is the most important question that interviewers ask you. The way in which you answer to this question gives the interviewers enough materials to pose questions before you. If anything interesting or exciting is there in your answer, they have a shower of questions on you. The better the answer you give to these questions, the better score you will get. In fact, it decides which way the entire course of the interview is going to. Friend, introduction should put more emphasis on personal profiles, such as what is your name, which place do you belong to, degree or diploma that you have got last, what is the current occupation, whether you are working or pursuing any course. If you are working, name the company along with the job profile. Then talk about your positive aspects of your personality, and then your hobby or hobbies. Friend, name your parents and their occupation, provided that their occupation attracts the interviewers to frame questions on it. Friend, please do organize your introduction in a proper way. Now friend, the second important question to be asked is, what is your hobby? Friend, a hobby may be framed, or if you really cherish any hobby, please know each and every aspect of the hobby. Your hobby may be gardening, listening to music, singing, cartooning, painting, cooking, playing and watching cricket, watching birds, net surfing, chatting, reading books, reading newspaper, etc. Friend, don't exemplify multi-hobbies, provided that you are able to handle the questions based on them. Friend, if you think that you have not a particular hobby that you really cherish, or you have less knowledge about the hobby that you possess and have less time to gain a sea of knowledge about it, just cite such a hobby that you have less interest in and which attracts a few questions, such as swimming. The questions that you should prepare on this particular hobby may be, how do you fulfill this hobby of yours? Do you have any swimming pool? Or you cherish, how do you cherish this hobby? whether you just cherish the hobby in the nearby pond or river, which kind of swimming do you do, freestyle or butterfly, and so on and so forth. Friend, they may ask you some national and international swimmers. And friend, one thing more, a question may arise before you: how is your hobby going to help the organization you are going to work with? Hence, be prepared for the question. You cannot skip it. Friend, bear in mind, you can skip text related questions, but you are not supposed to skip personal questions. If you do so, friends, you will definitely get less score. Friend, so far you have learned how you should frame introduction and whether you should mention your family background in the introduction. At the same time, you have learned how you should frame your hobby. Now friend, let's discuss the next very important question that often puzzles the candidates. It is the gap related question between two courses of actions, such as you did graduation 2 years ago and since then what have you been doing? If you have been working with an organization, why do you join us? The other question may be raised as you are not working and so the gap since your graduation is big enough. What have you been doing since then? So on and so forth. Friend, please work on it and explore the finest reason for the answer, as you cannot skip it. You may take help from some expert in this connection. Friend, the next question that you should prepare and is often asked is, tell something about the present work profile and why do you want to join us quitting this job. This question requires a diplomatic answer which must be properly framed. You can talk about some specialties of the job for which you have come. You should talk about the experience that you have gained from the job that you are doing at that point of time. Try to correlate the two job profiles in a tactful way so that the interviewers may get impressed with your answer. Friend, at last you must bear in mind that interview is nothing else but a way to judge how you can present yourself before others. A word of knowledge is not required. You can say sorry in response to the questions asked, but even sorry can help you get selected. You should know how patiently you listen to the questions and how tactfully you are handling those without having any nervousness. Friend, there are so many instances in which candidates got marks even they said sorry many a time during the interview. It was just a kind of test how patient you are, whether you are getting more nervous by saying merely sorry. Friend, in this way I hope that all these will suffice. In case any question arises, please drop comments in the comment box. I will definitely give you reply as soon as possible. Just go like a bomb for the interview. All the best.